Hello and welcome Helldivers to another Helldivers 2 News and Leaks video. Today we have new missions in the game, a new patch addressing more of the bugs, a community manager speaks on the bugs, a great suggestion from one of the community members, and a lot of leaks of a lot of different new weapons. So if you're interested in Helldivers 2 and you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Now let's go! While I'm recording this, there's still some time until the major order is completed, but the game has been updated and there has been a patch, so let's get right into it. So the first change is minor, but still worth talking about. The CE-27 Groundbreaker armor now has the engineering kit passive as previously advertised. Personally, I'm like, I mean, the engineering passive has never been one of my favorites, and while the Groundbreaker armor does look cool, it's meh. But still, if you're a fan of that armor set, that's good news for you. Now let's move on to the fixes. They fixed an issue that resulted in different damage being dealt to enemies between PC and console players. Now I would have to get my ARC buddy to actually come on the game again, but basically I think that means that you can no longer two-shot Bio Titans with a railgun if you have a PS5 player hosting the game. And you know what, if that's what it means, I guess that's pretty good for the game, because in essence you can no longer cheese terminate missions while playing with a PS5 buddy, which is pretty good in my book. Red boxes in defense missions are no longer visible. Again, a pretty nice change, especially if you were enjoying the defense missions, because at the end of the day, you know, it was really distracting just seeing the collisions of the map like just hanging in there. Major orders should now properly display text. This is an issue I've never experienced, to be honest. I have seen it reported on Reddit by a couple of people, but I guess that's a pretty nice change, so congrats to us for that. Fixed multiple crashes that could occur in the loadout screen when other players left or joined the game. This is again something that I haven't experienced before, but hey, more stability means better game, so I'm all for it. Fixed multiple crashes that could occur after extraction when the mission results and rewards were shown. And I gotta be completely honest with you guys, this has only happened to me like one time after the previous patch, but hey, more stability means more points for Arrowhead in my book, so let's go. Fixed crash, which could occur when throwing back a grenade while wielding a heat-based weapon. This one is super specific, but considering how many people just love playing with the last sickle, I guess that's a pretty good change for everybody. Fixed crash that could occur when hosting a play session migrates to another player. And that's a pretty good one, because hey, if the host of the game crashes, at least you can continue playing. Fixed crash that could occur if too many civilians spawn. And that's gonna come in especially handy when you go for them sample farms, so I'm happy about it. Fixed various crashes that could occur when deploying to a mission. And even with that, I am sure I'm gonna get a bunch of comments of people saying, but I crashed too. What can you do about it? Fixed various other crashes that could occur during gameplay. And considering the game has crashed for me one time throughout the past week or two, that pretty much should mean that it's going to be buttery smooth from now on, at least for me. There were also 2 new polls on the official Discord server of the game, so we'll cover them real quick. So first, in general, how do you feel about the current state of the game? With 54% of people voting for great, I'm having tons of fun. 42% of people voting good, I still play but enjoy it less than before. And 4% voting for, it doesn't matter, it's 4%, so who cares. I am having tons of fun with the game still. I don't know about you guys, I am interested what you think, so make sure you tell me about it in the comments below. But basically, I think the game is great, it hasn't lost its feel for me, and I'll keep playing it for a long while. I am sure the bugs and crashes and whatnot are making players feel bad about the game, and that's probably a big part of those 42%, but at the end of the day, that's for sure going to be cleaned up. We also had another poll. If you had to pick one, which would you like to see going forward? More weapons or a larger balancing changed weapons, new armors with more varied traits and passives, different objectives, modifiers, biomes and planets, or no new content, fix the technical issues and bugs. The largest lump sum of people voted for different objectives, modifiers, biomes and planets, but the second largest with 28% was no new content, fix the technical issues and bugs. I can see the points of both of the biggest groups of people, and I have to be honest, for me, different biomes would definitely help, but seeing the leaks of Super Earth, that's definitely something that we're going to get really soon. I am more excited about the idea of new armor with more varied traits and passives, because at the end of the day, right now your customization is down to what weapons you choose and what stratagems you pick. But I would like to get more. I can definitely also feel the point of people who want to fix all of the technical issues and bugs in the game, but as you can see from this most recent patch, Arrowhead are actively working on making these changes, so bear with them, guys. I'm sure it's gonna get straightened out. And at the current point in time, there is no new major order, at least while I'm recording this audio, so right now we don't have anything to do in particular, so make sure you go and hunt out them bugs and bots, I guess. And before we move on to the leaks, just a couple of new things. Firstly, there's been a new mission type introduced into the game, which is to eliminate factory striders. And that will definitely help the people who have never seen a factory strider before, but interestingly enough, these missions don't show up on difficulties 7, 8 and 9. However, I have seen rumblings on Reddit that the spawn rate of factory striders has been increased on those difficulties, so if you've never seen one before in your games, you are more likely to see one now. And as it comes to bugs, there's been an update from Spitz, one of the community managers over on the Discord. Most of the bugs in the known issues list in the patch notes updates are actively being worked on, but they are either large fixes that require a bit of time or low priority issues behind other things. And most should be patched in the next major build. It's difficult to maintain our cadence of one warbond per month, while also fixing major technical glitches in time for the next patch. Somebody also asked, is it possible to just skip a warbond or maybe even two to give the time in order to fix those issues? And Spitz replied, sadly, it's not that simple. Skipping a warbond for a month is a huge company decision. And now we are back to different teams do different things, and also think about it. Skipping a warbond for a month might even be a little bit detrimental to the game, because some players would be like, oh my god, no new content for 2 weeks, what are we gonna do? At the end of the day, I think they've established a very good cadence in terms of fixing the bugs, and I'm happy with their progress. I'm sure we're going to get even more of it, so for now, just stay steady and keep playing the game, guys. And finally, we have another suggestion coming from the Pengu, who's been goated as it comes to feedback and suggestions, and it's, what if you got offered a one-off random mission behind enemy lines? Basically, a special assignment would show up for you only on your screen, and it would be kind of like a secret mission that you can accept and jump into or just reject. I gotta admit, this is a fire freaking idea, and I hope Arrowhead would see this post and maybe consider it as an option. And we're about to move on to the leaks, but as I know some people don't like spoilers that much, so this is your official warning. Before you leave, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to my channel, of course. Are we good? Yeah, we're good, let's go. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am sacrificing my personal data for y'all, because to get these I had to go on the Chinese website Bilibili. But I came back with the bounty, and the bounty is bountiful. Firstly, we have a leak of a new sidearm which falls into the plasma category, which of course means it comes with explosive damage. It's pretty much the Plas1 Scorcher but in a mini variant, and it has 9 bullets in the mag, and it comes with 4 mags overall. It's not that many bullets, but it's also not that little. It seems to have a very good fire rate, and also, as you would expect, the shots do explode on impact. And as you might have noticed, the person using it in the video is actually wearing the newest edition of the big Chungus Ninja Turtle armor, which I gotta admit looks so dope. Now we also have a video of an SMG, which is pretty much the Defender, but the interesting part is that the leaker has put text in the video to call it SMG Modified. What's the modified part about it? Personally, I can't really tell, so if you guys could help me out in the comments, that would mean a lot. Then we have a video of a weapon which seems to be a new weapon type of its own, since it shoots like a marksman rifle and it's fairly big, but it's also a plasma type of weapon. The leaker has called this one the Evolutionist. Even though the text says Purifier, the text does say Purifier about a whole bunch of other guns in this leak, so we cannot be sure. It comes with 15 in the mag and 6 mags in total, which is quite a lot, but it acts pretty much the same as the Plas1 Scorcher, which you should already know by this point. It's really good against bots, so imagine this being the Plas1 Scorcher but with even more damage. Oh my god, that would be fire. The pure look of the gun is simply incredible, and I love the animation of it shooting. Even the reload animation looks so good. Next we have a rocket launcher, which is so unfinished that when you go into first person mode it's incredibly broken, and this person doesn't even shoot it. It seems like it's called the strategic camera, and that's all we know about it at the moment, because well, the person doesn't even shoot it, so I guess it's really that unfinished. Next we have a new sniper rifle, which I've already leaked the 3D model of, but now we finally have it in the game. It's called the Emperor's Anti-Tank Sniper Rifle, which I gotta say is one of the dopest names I've seen in a wild. It has 7 bullets and 6 mags in total, which is quite a lot, and that leads me to think it's possibly not a stratagem, but another new primary weapon in the style of the Eruptor. And since it's an anti-tank sniper rifle, possibly it does even more damage, which would be so wild. It has the style and theming of what I believe is the next warband and what the community has dubbed the Primordial Warband. It pretty much looks like as if you're wearing the Predator stack. And finally, to close off the video, for the last weapon we have the Emperor's Dagger Pistol, which is pretty much a new las sidearm. It doesn't seem too different from the current las dagger that we already have in the game, except for this one little detail that the animation changes towards the end of the magazine, which leads me to believe that possibly at the bottom of the magazine it does more damage. But that's about it for the video. I hope you liked it, fam. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.